Hello and welcome to the Too Faded to Play podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Eggs, and I'm here alongside my buddy LSD.
Hey, what's going on, y'all?
Hey, we've actually got a special guest today.
Yes, we do.
Would you like to introduce yourself?
Well, I just go by the name of Queengorila. You can find me on all platforms, Queengorila.
Queengorila. What's going on, Queengorila? How you doing?
What's going on? Nothing much, just, living a dream right now.
Hey, that's all we trying to do right now.
Right.
So we gonna go ahead and we gonna get into it. We gonna ask you some questions. We gonna start off light.
Start off light.
Yeah, let's. What's your top three video games?
Three. That was a tough one. That is a really tough one because I play a lot of games. So. All right, so God of War, I'm sorry, that's like one of my all-time favorites. I mean, I'm teetering between 1 and 2, so somewhere in that realm. But God of War is definitely one of my top favorites. I will have to go with. Oh my God, I play a lot of Call of Duties. I'm not really good at like sports games, but like all the shooters, give me that, I'm gonna put a gun in my hand, I'm gonna kill it.
And that's how you call Queengorila.
That's right. Okay, so God of War, definitely. You know what? I'd say Black Ops 2.
That's a good one.
Really big on zombies, like really big on zombies. I know they had like a lot of things on that one where we had to do like the staffs, so we had to build the elemental staffs. That was it. That was like definitely one of my favorites there. And the gameplay was still good too, but I'd probably have to say definitely Black Ops 2, mainly because of the zombies.
Okay.
A third one is it's difficult to put a third one out there. It's real hard.
Okay.
I'll come back to that.
Like, you're a gamer just like us and stuff. Like, what actually made you get into video gaming?
Well, of course, when I was little, we'll say it might have been Christmas time. That's when like the first Nintendo first came out. So that was definitely fun. It was something different. It was, I was an outside kid. I stayed outside. So something that got me into being into the house, something that I had fun with. So definitely Nintendo. Now, the thing that got me into online gaming, SOCOM.
Yeah.
SOCOM, classic.
Definitely. It say it again.
Oh, I was about to say which was kind of funny because me and you used to play SOCOM together, and I ended up finding on one of our game crawls, I ended up finding a SOCOM in the box with the headset on our last game crawl. So I had to buy it when I saw it. It was complete. I was like, yeah, I need that.
Oh man, I wish I would have seen it. I probably would have stolen it from you.
No, mine.
That's my third one. That's my third favorite game, SOCOM, because it was what got me started. It's what got me started with online gaming. It was. I'd probably go back and still play that. I sure can. I wish they would have came out with more. Like they just.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
They expanded in other ways, so.
That's true. They haven't made SOCOM since PlayStation 3?
It's been a while.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they overdue. But I almost forgot, this is a drinking podcast too, so we do have our beer. So let me go ahead and introduce. This is actually Egg's pick. Cruising down the street in my 6'4".
It's Indian Pale Ale.
It's like a 6'4" Impala. It's a hop inside, just cruising. Well, it's 6.4. Ain't no stories on it though.
Yeah, no, I don't see any. No drinks.
No drinks.
No, I got drinks. I just don't have what y'all have. I just have my good old tequila Hornito. So I'll take a shot with y'all.
All right.
Yeah, that works too.
That's all right. So let's go ahead and crack them open, T. All right. Bottoms up.
Hold on. Let me get my shot. Bottoms up, y'all.
That shit cold.
It came out of the freezer.
Woo.
When I got home, it wasn't chilled at all, so I threw it in the freezer, and it probably sat there a little longer than it should, but...
Oh, man, these is ice cold. You know how it takes me back home. If you know, you know. Economies. Coldest beer in the city. You used to drive across town to go to Economies.
Of course, I know, back home.
Oh, yeah. And, while we over here drinking, let me give a shout out to the Cleveland Browns. You see it. Playoffs, baby. Here we go, Brownies. Here we go.
Did they get that far? I haven't actually paid attention.
Yes, man. We're in the playoffs, man.
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah. So if we make it to the Super Bowl, you already know where I'm going to be. Downtown Cleveland. Don't be surprised if you see me on the news. Drunk.
Acting a fool.
Super drunk. On top of the fire truck. Super drunk.
Are you going to be the guy standing up there, shirt off, spinning it in circles?
Shirt off. Drawers off. Helicoptering on top of that bitch. Woo!
You definitely will.
But yeah, man. We glad to have you on, Queengorila.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, so one of our topics today is games that make you move, or was it gaming or?
Before we get into that topic, can I do some complaining?
Oh, go ahead.
And I'm sorry that the episode that you joined us is going to be one where I'm going to sit here and complain for a little bit. But in the last episode, LSD talked about playing the new Forza game, and he talked me into playing it.
Yes.
Which didn't take much. I've liked the Forza games. Played this newest one, and I have a lot of complaints.
To be fair, he played it on PC.
I was going to say that.
Okay.
Half of my complaints don't involve the PC, though. It's the game in general and fucking corporate greed.
Here we go. All right.
So your $70 game that you buy, on day one, they had DLC. So for $4.99, you can start the game off with 5 fast-tuned cars. Okay. So we talked about I didn't like the roulette wheel they used to have.
Yeah.
And they took that out of this game, and I was like, that's cool. They just replaced it with give us money and we'll give you those fast cars.
Okay.
For $9.99, you can get a pack of 8 cars that are not in the game, but they're 8 cars that were already in the previous games. They just took out so they could sell them to you. And yeah, I'm just like they were already in the game. They could have just had them in the game already, but they wanted to sell you a $9.99 car pack. For $19.99, you can get the VIP membership, which gives you 5 even faster tuned cars that are already in the game, like no new cars, they're just pre-tuned.
Okay.
And it gives you a ×2 bonus on all the money you make through the rest of the game.
Okay.
Which they changed the upgrade system for the cars, so the money's not even really worth it much anymore. I don't know if you've played too much with the upgrade system, but
I haven't.
So the only thing you use money for in the game now is to buy cars. And the fastest car in the game, or I guess the most expensive car in the game, is only 500,000 credits. So that's really not all that expensive.
No.
So you're getting double money now, so you can just go purchase those faster cars real quick. And for $29.99, you can get the car pass, which gives you 5 cars on day one, and then 25 more cars down the line.
So you get 30 cars for $30?
For $30, yeah.
So $1 a car.
$1 a car. My biggest problem with this is all of that is day one. Yeah. All of that's already in the game. They could have shipped it with that stuff in the game, but they made you pay an extra $65 on top of your $70 game if you wanted to have that stuff. And then, if you're one of those people who was really excited about
this boy
Forza,
just flipped the whole page.
I flipped a page. I turned the page. It's 4 pages. I'm trying to go through
4 pages of complaints. Okay, go ahead.
If you're someone who was really excited for this game, you could have then also paid another $40 to play the game 3 days early. Which that's way too much money just to play 3 days earlier.
Hey, man, I've said this before. I miss the days of video games where you actually had to earn stuff. I miss those days. Yeah, everything, if you got enough money, you could just buy whatever you want. You mod whatever you want. I like the days where you actually had to go through the trials and you had to earn to get, the special stuff.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, like, if you wanted to play this game 3 days early and have all of the DLC extra stuff with it, on day one of this game, you would spend $150.
Jesus Christ.
And that's just dumb to me. That's just $70 is already a lot for a game.
Yeah.
Right.
You don't even get a fucking book anymore.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. No book, no nothing. You can spend $150 on this digital game that in 10 years they're going to be like, oh, we lost a license for a specific car. We're going to remove the game and you can't play it anymore.
What was that game we was talking about that you, it was a video game that you said that you can't play it anymore because I think they stopped making like DLCs for it, or you had to get it at a certain time. This is in one of the previous podcasts. It's like,
yeah.
I can't remember what.
Drive Club.
Yeah. Yeah,
you can't get any more DLC for it.
Yeah, it's like if you was to buy the game now, you can't get none of the good shit.
Nope.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you miss out on half the game because of it. There's only 20 tracks in the game.
This beer cold as fuck.
It's really cold.
Oh my God, I'm shit. I done shot it. It's almost gone. It's good.
Like I said, there's only 20 tracks in the game. And the standouts to me that they're missing that have been in every other Forza Motorsport game specifically are the Daytona road course and Daytona in general, the Monza track, and there's no Nürburgring.
I thought Nürburgring was in there.
They've got part of it. It's not the whole track.
Oh yeah, nah.
They just left those out. I don't know if they plan on releasing them later
Probably.
or what, but I don't know. And because Gran Turismo is pretty much the competitor to this game. These two games are they compete. I kind of wanted to compare them a little bit.
Okay.
So Forza has 500 cars at launch, which is a good number of cars. It beats out Gran Turismo 7's 424 cars. However, since launch, Gran Turismo 7 has added 67 cars to the game completely for free. Just update the game. Here's some new cars.
Okay.
Forza will have 38 cars that you can add to the game. So by the time, but if you want all 38 of those cars extra, you're going to be spending $110. And it's like,
it's not crazy.
It just doesn't feel right to me. Like release a game that has everything in it. Give me a game. Like don't finish your game later. Finish your game when you release it. If you needed an extra year, wait that year. Like take that year. But like
that's all games now. You know they all trying to sell you something. Fucking GTA, Gran Turismo, Forza, fucking Call of Duty, Fortnite. Like it's crazy. They just they all in it to get money.
Yeah.
So that's what the game is now. They figured out like, hey, if we put a Ferrari Testarossa in here, somebody's going to want to buy it.
Yeah.
Or just like Flight Simulator, if you want a Tomcat, you can buy it, but the planes on there are expensive. They want like real money. It's like $40 for like a 747. Or you want like a Raptor or something. It's like $50 for one plane. Yeah. I'm like, man, fuck you, Microsoft.
And then I'll try to keep this quick, but the last little bit of complaints I have are PC specific. And then this is where the disclaimer, I played on a PC, comes in. It's a strong enough PC that I played the game on ultra settings. Like it's not a slouch of a PC. The controller for your console game on PC doesn't work at all. like it when you plug in your controller, the game doesn't know if it wants to use keyboard controls or controller controls. So it just rapidly switches between the two, just back and forth like crazy. It's just back and forth between the two. So you're driving and you're on the controller and you turn the stick to turn the car, and the car just starts going because it switches to the keyboard trying to what doesn't have an input. And then my thought was, I've got this really nice race wheel set up. I'm going to bring the race wheel in. I'm going to use that because that's what I bought it for.
Right.
Plug it in. With the default settings on Forza, the steering wheel feels like ass. There's like a like a 35-degree area of dead zone in the wheel.
Really? That's a lot.
It's a lot. But you can go into the settings and fix that. And once you go spend 2 hours in your settings adjusting all your little dials, it feels good. Like, I have no complaints on that part. The part where it does make me complain is it doesn't save your settings. So when you turn off the game and turn it back on, you have to redo all of those settings.
Oh, yeah.
And then it gets worse because it crashes. The game crashes every, like, hour on PC, and they've not fixed it in the 2 months the game's been out.
It's been out that long?
Yeah, it came out in October.
Oh, shit.
So, I don't know. It irked me the wrong way. I wanted to like it because I've liked the Forza games in the past, especially the Horizon games.
Yeah.
I think those are a lot of fun, but this one just wasn't good. And I've, like I said, it PC specific stuff for the controller issues, but I still have a problem with them. Like, out the gate, day one, you can spend $150 on this game if you just want to play the whole game they released.
All right, so Forza is not going to be on the good side of you. I played it on my Xbox, so I mean, it was fun when I played it, but you got all this high-tech shit over here, you know, a little bit more.
If I do have to say good stuff about it, they updated the handling model, and the handling model feels a lot better.
Okay.
It's a lot less understeery than the older games were. So it's good on that front. Like, I don't think the base, like the foundation of the game, the actual just driving the cars and everything, it feels good.
Fair enough.
Everything around it is a problem.
Okay. All right. I'll give you that. So you done on your soapbox?
I'm done on the soapbox. I tried to make it as quick as I could.
Let's go ahead and get off your soapbox. All right. So back into the topic. Games, consoles, whatever. Stuff that made you move. And in my opinion, I thought Nintendo always been the forefront of games, the systems that made you want to move. What do you think, Queengorila?
I agree. I used to have, I can't remember the year. I just can't remember the year. But that Michael Jackson experience, probably one of the best things that got everybody up and moving. And like, you know, you only have like a few people that'll have like those little hand controllers or whatever. But when I tell you that my whole entire house, especially I would have like little gatherings, little get-togethers, everybody was out on the floor doing all those moves. Everybody. And it was fun. Like, I have it all recorded. It was, if I bought out that same Wii and found that game, like, we've had that game maybe about 6 or 7 times because it just kept getting scratched up, and we just kept buying it again. It was that fun.
I played that game. My daughter, she thought she was doing something, and she was like, "Oh, Daddy, I got you. I can beat you in this game." I was like, "Oh yeah, okay, cool." But she didn't know I'm an original Michael Jackson head, so it was nothing for me. I was hitting it. She was tight when I was. She was tight. But yeah, Michael Jackson experience was great. But my first real experience with games that made you move was the Power Pad. You know, you remember the Power Pad? You know, it's big, kind of plasticky pad you laid on the floor. Had what you would say about 9 buttons on it or something, 9 or 10 buttons on it, and you play track and field. Nobody ran on it.
Yeah, so you would cheat and slap it.
Hell yeah! What that dude be like? You really tried to run on it in the beginning. Mm-hmm. You know, you see people like trying to run on it, but nobody did that after a while. Mm-hmm. A buddy of mine, he had the power glove. We thought that was gonna make us better at beating Mike Tyson. It doesn't. it was actually awful.
I actually found an interesting game when looking this up. Because my first thought was original, more, I guess, older motion control stuff when it first was getting started. The Wii's credited for a lot of it, but the PlayStation 2, before the Wii came out, had the iToy.
I do remember the iToy.
Which was a camera you would set on top of your TV, and it would literally show you on the screen, and you would just like hold your hands up to hit creatures and stuff that was flying. It was kind of like Fruit Ninja or something.
Nah.
But while looking for stuff for that, I came across a game called Dark Wind, which was a game exclusive to Europe.
Yeah.
And I was going to talk about that game exclusively at first, but then I started looking into it. And it was made by a company called Game Track, which came out with their own entire peripheral. They made 3 games for it. They were going to make a bunch, but they only made 3, called the Game Track. And it was a 3-piece set thing that had a big base station on the ground, and it had fishing line in it that would run up, retractable fishing line. It would run up and plug into some gloves that you would wear. And between that fishing line and the gloves and whatnot, it would track your hand movement in space, in like the space in front of you in 3D space. Mm-hmm. And the game Dark Wind was a fighting game. It was like a punch and kick, kind of like Wii boxing kind of thing. Mm-hmm. It was kind of interesting. It was real ugly looking. The string ran down and it went into an analog stick, and then the analog stick controlled the circle motion of your hand,
right?
And the string read the up and down motion, and that's how it sensed where you were moving.
Oh wow!
It was really interesting to me, and then it got kind of killed when the Wii came out because everybody was like full wireless and everything. But
I remember when the Wii came out. Actually, Queengorila was the first person I knew who had the Wii.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I remember going over her house, and her and her whole family, we were sitting there playing Wii Sports. Oh, man, we used to get it in, that bowling. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Queengorila is the reason why I bought a Wii.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's the reason why I bought a Wii. I remember going over there. We was playing that game. I thought that shit was so fucking fun.
Mm-hmm. What? It was insane. It was always a competition in my house, though. Always. It still is.
I remember it was just big tournaments over at her house. Just her like brothers and like mom, and I used to go down, man, like for real. And I remember that she's the reason why I got a Wii. Yep, because I was done with Nintendo at that time, and you know when the Wii came out, I remember she had got it, and I just remember everybody playing, and I was like, man, let me try this. This look kind of fun. Got hooked immediately, like, oh yeah, I got to get this. So, oh man.
Feel bad for my kids too. My kids are like super gamers, like. That's what y'all should have been interviewing all my kids. That's okay. They'll be on one of the next ones. Hey. Especially my
yeah, you know, we're a gaming podcast. We're trying to get people who game, you know, like we want to hear other people's views about, you know, what's their experiences and where do you want to see gaming, you know, in the next, I don't know, 20 years, 10 years?
Yeah.
So.
Do you have any other games, Queengorila?
Well, those were the main ones. I know that Wii Sports, of course, he already stole that. That was one of them that it was just, like I said, it was a staple. It was a staple in my home. God, Dance Dance Revolution. Oh my God. Oh yeah. VR stuff.
I remember it was one of those kind of like those little the places you had like birthday parties, like Frankie's or Swings and Things or something like that, where they got like the arcade and stuff. And I just remember this one fat kid, man. I mean, dude was fat on that Dance Dance Revolution, but he was hitting that shit, though. I mean, hitting it like perfect. I'm like, as much dancing you do, you should be skinny.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, he was hitting
Still
it.
had to eat.
Still had to eat, yeah.
Hey, dude was hitting that shit. I never seen anything like it. And like, I'm talking about perfect. Like he wasn't even looking, spinning this shit. I'm like, oh damn. that I forgot about the arcade ones. Yeah, arcade had a good. Oh shit.
One I thought of, it was a little bit different than a standard motion game, I think, when you think motion games. But I thought of the Donkey Kong Jungle Beat.
Is that the one with the drums?
That's the one with the bongos, yeah. Did you ever play that one?
I didn't play it, but I remember it. What
That
about
one-
you?
No, I don't think I've played it. I've seen it played. Like, my brothers, they were like really heavy into all of that stuff. So I remember seeing my brothers playing it.
That one gets you moving. Because you gotta hit those bongos pretty
You better
hard.
not sing the goddamn song.
Now I want to. Now I really want to.
You better.
That
fucking
now I
not.
really want to.
Oh,
I'm gonna
Sing the song.
I guess for anybody on the podcast in Queengorila, the opening song to Donkey Kong 64,
There we go.
he had never heard it before, so I played it for him, and now it gets stuck in his head anytime he hears it.
Taste the biscuits. Taste the goodness of the biscuits.
But the bongos, you had to hit them really hard, and Jungle Beat was a 2D platformer that you had to play with the bongos. So you would have to like hit one side of the bongo to move to the left or to the right, and you would hit them both to jump, and then you would like hit them back and forth to do attacks and stuff. So you're just sitting there just going crazy hitting these bongos, and it gets you moving. Like it's not your traditional like Wii swinging around, jumping around, dancing, but it got you moving.
Yeah. I've seen it played before. I never physically played it.
We can play it. I got it.
You do have it?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Now I don't want to play it.
Why not?
I don't want my hands to hurt.
They're soft on top.
Oh, okay. Fucking 20-year-old bongos. Probably dry rotted.
No, I take care of my bongos.
Stay away from my bongos. Ooh, man, this 64 got me hit.
It's good. Oh, we didn't even really talk about it much.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, as far as taste goes, it's kind of your typical IPA taste.
Yeah, typical IPA. What do you say? Armor Artois?
I guess.
I'm going to say Armor Artois Brewing Company. So
They also had another one there by the same brewing company. It was like a Christmas themed one. And I was like, we're past Christmas. But it was like,
true. This is actually brewed in Fort Mill, South Carolina.
No, really?
All right. Shout out to, I'm sorry if I'm butchering this, Armor Artois. That's how I'm going to say it. So.
Yeah, no, it's just like a typical IPA flavor. If you think IPA, that's what this tastes like.
Well, our second drink is fun.
Our second drink is interesting.
But we're going to get into that after this segment of moving games. The Switch, I do like it. They have that Ring game.
Oh, yeah, Ring Fit Adventure.
I have it. It's actually quite fucking fun.
I wanted to get it when it first came out. I wanted to get it, and they were just selling out like crazy.
Yeah. It's fun, man. It really gets your arms working. And like some things, you got to push that ring in pretty hard because it's like you're playing the game. The guy, he's running, kind of like with the ring in his hand. And when you push it in, it shoots out fire. And if you like hold it in, it really shoots out like a beam at him. You just kind of aim it up, hit, aim it up, squeeze, hit, aim it down, squeeze, hit. And if you want to like jump and hover, you put it towards the ground, you squeeze it in, and you hover.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually pretty cool. Like it really gets your blood going. Oh, and another game, Punch Out for the Wii.
Yeah.
That game is fantastic. You remember I had got it off our special site.
Oh, yeah. You
for
did
the
find
low.
it on that special
I
site.
sure did find it on our special site. You cannot load this site. Queen, but it's only for us two right here.
Don't gatekeep. I'm going to have other gamers here. Don't gatekeep.
Oh,
I won't tell anybody else.
we're gatekeeping. Well, the people who listen to this podcast will hear it, and I'm pretty sure you're going to promote on your end. Say, hey, listen to me on this podcast, and they're gonna be like, so what's that site?
Mm-hmm.
We can't tell you. Nah.
Not gonna tell anybody. I promise I won't.
I was actually on there the other day.
That's a bad decision.
I dabble, man. I go on there and see what they got, and I hop right off.
I can't even do that because I start scrolling through and I'm like, oh, that's a rare game. That's a good price.
I didn't want to go down that rabbit hole.
And I start just getting things in the cart, and before I know it, there's like $500-$600 in the cart, and I'm like, I can't be here. I can't be here.
Nope. I'm not doing it. Funny though, but I just can't. Like, I gotta. We actually missed the anime toy show today because both of us are poor.
Yep.
Like, I was like, hey, the toy show going on, you want to go? He said, I can't even afford to look. I was like, I'm right there with you. That is crazy.
But motion games.
You got any more?
I've got one more I kind of wanted to talk about. It's a game specific, I guess, but also just VR in general. VR really gets you moving.
It does.
And I think you played it a bit. It's that drunken bar fight simulator.
Yes. Oh, that game my God.
I almost broke my knuckle a couple times playing that game.
So, funny story. I had something at my house, and Eggs was over, and a couple other buddies was over, and we put our one buddy on. And what was he playing?
Resident Evil 7
Resident
VR.
Evil 7 VR. We got that shit on camera. Like,
it was hilarious.
He's sitting there screaming, and I think Eggs like touched his arm or something.
Well, what it was he was sitting there acting tough, and he went into like the first boss fight where you fight that girl, your character's wife, and she's gone crazy, and you fight her, and we're all like, hey man, you might want to get your gun out. You're going into a fight, and he's like, nah, I got a knife. I'm going to do this. I'm going to get up there and I'm going to win this. And as soon as he walks into the room and she starts running at him, he just leans back. He's like, oh, Eggs, give me my gun. And so I'm like sneaking over, and I'm trying my gentlest to like reach over and hit the button on the controller to change him to have his gun. He's sitting there dipping his head back and forth, swinging, trying not to get hit by her. And like as I hit the button, my finger just brushes the side of his hand because he moves, and he just screams. He goes, "Oh, it's real!" and rips the headset off. Apparently, just like that light touch, something like in his brain triggered like, "Oh, she touched me. She's about to kill me."
Man, we laughed so hard.
You were on the floor.
I was crying laughing. It was so fucking funny. Like, one of us got it on tape, man. Like, we wanted to put that on there.
I'm pretty sure I was sitting there because I had played the game before, so I was sitting there telling you and the other friend of ours that was there, like, hey, start recording. Like, I was whispering, like, hey, start. He's about to get scared, you know?
That shit was so funny. But that boxing game on there, Creed, give you a workout.
I haven't played that one.
Dude, like, all them boxing, and I like the boxing games. Because, like, you get into it and you be talking shit when they on the ground. But, dude, I'm talking about you be sweaty. Make sure you got a lot of room because you will hit a wall, and hope there ain't no kids around. Kids, they walk up to you, hit them with a cut. Like, oh, shit.
Depending on certain VR games, I'll play in my living room. When I do that, I lock the dogs out of the room because they'll like try to come up and want pet or something. And like a drunken bar fight simulator specifically, that game is hectic. You're running around, you're just punching people in the face, you're picking up bottles off the bar and smashing them on people's heads. And I'm like, if one of the dogs walks up and like tries to get pet or something,
You're dead. You're dead.
Like I said, I almost broke my knuckle on it. One of my Oculus controllers has a big like bump on the top of it where I swung. I was in this room and I hit the bookshelf. And the only reason I didn't break my knuckle on the bookshelf at full swing was because that ring just bounced off that ring.
Damn. Oh, man.
Drunken Bar Simulator. I'm gonna have to download that game now.
Oh, it's so fun. It's fun. So fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
But another fun game that I liked on that Oculus was the it's kind of lazy, but it's like that little fishing game that's in there. I think it's called Bait Master or something.
Okay,
it's slow, but it was kind of fun. You know, just dicking around.
The one weird VR game, and it's not even really a game. I forget the name of it, but it's literally, it just puts you in Google Earth Street View. And you're just like standing on the streets looking around.
Really?
But everything's scaled. So if like you go to the Eiffel Tower and you put yourself on Street View, it looks like you're looking up at the Eiffel Tower.
Really?
And it's really cool. Like I took the VR headset to my dad's and I was letting him play around with it, and he spent like 2 hours just sitting there. And it's got like all the different Google Earth like times. So he went to like one of our old houses and he was flipping through like 2012, 2008 kind of thing, and was like, I remember that car. It's sitting in the drive, you know. Like,
oh, that's actually pretty cool. I'm going to try mine. I haven't turned mine on in probably 2 years.
I was playing mine yesterday. I was playing Skyrim VR.
Oh, before we jump into our next segment, I was going through my video games. I got a new phone recently, and the app that we use, what's it called? Game Eye. Well, I had to go through and re-inventory my games again. So you remember, about 2 months ago, I went and bought it was like 3 or 4 totes of like video games, consoles, and whatnot. And there was some games in there. It was, it was a couple of Nintendo games, Super Nintendo, a couple of like PlayStation games in there. So I was going through it and I was calculating it. And one of the games in there was Castlevania 4 for the Super Nintendo. So I put it in, $80.
Dang, really?
I paid $80 for that whole thing.
Set, yeah.
Those 4 totes. I paid $80 for that, and one game is worth $80.
I didn't realize it was worth that much. I wouldn't have given it back when you left
son
them
of
all
a
here.
bitch.
Because you left them all here for me to test, and I put it in my Nintendo, and I was playing it.
$80.
I got Buns to play because he had never played one, and I was sitting there. I was like, "Look, you use the D-pad, you can make the chain spin."
Yeah, I still got to come over here. I got 6 consoles over here that he's working on. I need to come get them. Like he's my tester and my fixer. So
because I got cables for everything.
Yeah, and it just works out for me.
He just leaves all of his shit at my house, and he doesn't have to deal with it.
Yeah, I got to bring it back and display and do what the fuck I'm gonna do with them and stuff. It's just getting the time. But we're running into our second segment. All right, so now we come into the second half of Too Faded to Play, and we drinking on. I'm scared.
Me too. I saw it sitting there and I was like, I think we got to try it. I was looking for something serious, but then I saw it and I was like, there's no way we're not trying that.
I don't even know what to say about it.
Go ahead and tell the audience what
it is. All right. So this is Eggs Week, and Eggs got the liquor this week, and we're drinking Eggo Brunch in a Jar. Oh my God.
Eggo as in the waffle company.
Eggo waffle. Sipping cream. And it's actually 40 proof.
Uh-huh.
Oh. Should I shake this up?
I don't know. You might.
I just don't want this shit to taste like syrup.
Yeah.
Oh my God. We don't have a problem if it tastes like pancakes.
They had there was one that I had one of our previous guests, King Bones, with me, and he found French toast flavored beer, and he was trying to convince me to get it alongside the Eggos.
This motherfucker smell like butter and pancakes.
Does it?
Oh my God. That fucking shit smells delightful.
Oh, I smell it over here. It does.
Oh my God.
It even looks like pancake batter.
Oh, it's thick. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, it's cold too.
Yeah, right out the freezer.
It got the same consistency of eggnog.
It does, yeah.
It is thick. Ugh.
It smells good though.
tasty.
All right. What you drinking on over there?
I'm still drinking on my Hornito.
Hornitos. Tequila. All right. So we gonna go ahead and bottoms up. Shout out to Eggos. It's not bad.
It's not bad. It's like a creamy syrup, like the maple syrup kind of thing.
It definitely tastes like maple.
Does it taste like pancakes or have like a waffle taste to it?
I don't get much of the pan. There's a little bit maybe, but I don't get much.
Hit,
it's mostly
more
like
maple.
Yeah, it's kind of like they took the Irish cream and then put a bunch of syrup in it.
Yeah.
Maple syrup.
It's not bad. It's not terrible.
Mm-mm.
Would I buy this again? Probably not.
No, I probably wouldn't buy it again. But I'll probably finish the bottle.
I'll give you that.
Yeah.
That is. What does it say on the back? No, wait. This motherfucker do taste like pancakes on the end. After it sit on your tongue a while.
It does, yeah.
Oh, it's like pancakes. It's breakfast in the can.
It says, we're raising the bar for brunch with this creamy partnership between Eggo and Appalachian Sippin' Cream. I guess that's the creamy part. With the delicious flavor of toasty Eggo waffles drizzled in syrup. A brunch in a jar is the perfect addition to any brunch. So they want you to be drinking this at like 11. It's not bad now.
It's not bad. It's actually pretty tasty.
For as like gimmicky as I expected it to be, it's not bad.
Yeah. You know what? I will buy this. It'll probably go real good with like some coffee.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually not bad. But it's smooth though. It'll get you fucked up.
It's very smooth.
This will get you ripped.
You can definitely taste like the alcohol part in it. Like you can taste that there's alcohol in it, unlike with the Irish cream. Or honestly, even the eggnog we had, like you couldn't really get that over top of the other flavors. But this, you can taste it in there.
You definitely can taste it. It's shit or some motherfucking ice cream. Oh shit! Put this in the one of them fucking Sonic joints, them Sonic ice cream. Ooh.
Do like a milkshake using this.
Ooh shit!
Yeah.
Make your pecker stand on up. Like,
I don't know about that.
Oh man! So now that we got this out the way, what was our game? Oh, Spider-Man 2 for the PlayStation 5.
Yep, Spider-Man 2 for the PS5.
Queengorila, have you played Spider-Man 2?
I'm not. I have not. I haven't upgraded to my PS5 yet. I'm still on Xbox. So
You're an Xbox girl.
I am.
Terrible. Sorry.
Don't worry. I'm still gonna cross back over to the dark side. I'm gonna cross back over.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I mean, I started on PlayStation, so I definitely.
That's what I'm saying. You started on PlayStation. How'd you switch to Xbox?
Yeah, I don't know. Oh, you know what? Because I was playing with all of the gorillas. Because it's a lot of us. It's still a lot of us, and it's like 20 years later, it's still a whole bunch of us. But then everybody starts falling off, playing random games or playing house. So I just started playing Xbox with my brother, and then it was just they played all the time. And when they played all the time, I started playing with their friends, and they're like, "Yo, your sister, she's cool. She's pretty good. Okay, yeah." And so they're constantly sending me invites or text messages. Hey, yo, you jumping on? And I just transitioned over to Xbox.
Okay, yeah, that's cool, man. I'm pretty much the same way. I started off as a PlayStation guy, but all my friends on Xbox, that's really the only thing that I have online service for. Like, you're my only friend who has the PlayStation. And, me and you, we played online before, but I just let it go because, like, you're the only person I know that has a PlayStation, really. So
I was a Sony kid, and I'm still a Sony kid.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, man.
A lot of my friends during the 360 time, a lot of my friends did jump to Xbox. And a good few of them stayed, but I have the Xboxes. It's not like I haven't played them. But I've always just been Sony. I've preferred the Sony exclusives.
Hey, ain't nothing
and that's
wrong
why
with
I've
that.
stuck with Sony.
I like them both, man. Certain games that's Xbox exclusive I like. Some games are Sony exclusive I like. And, you know, we got them all, so.
Oh, yeah. No, I like some of the Xbox exclusive, too. I've always loved the Fable series. And they're supposed to be coming out with another one. And I used to like Forza, apparently.
Don't give up on them, man. They trying.
They're trying. Like I said, there's a good base of that game, but I'll get off.
All right.
I do like some of the Xbox stuff.
All right. So, Spider-Man 2.
Spider-Man 2.
What's your thoughts?
It is Spider-Man 1 and or Spider-Man Miles Morales again, which isn't necessarily a bad thing because those games are both great.
Yeah.
So if you liked those games, you're going to like Spider-Man 2. But at the same time, it is just those games again.
Yeah.
And they did some little things like the wingsuit, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Like that's new. They get new powers because Spider-Man gets the symbiote venom to him, so he gets some venom powers.
Yes.
And Miles gets some new powers that he can use through his venom shocks and stuff.
Yep.
Those are all good additions.
Yeah.
But it is just Spider-Man again.
Nasty burp. That should taste like beer and pancake. It was disgusting. Go. I can't breathe. Oh, shit.
Said I can't even imagine that smell right now, the mixture between the beer and the pancakes.
Yeah, I can't imagine. It's good.
Oh, God. It was awful. God damn.
But yeah, no, it's a good game. Like, I'm not saying it's a bad game. It's a really fun game. They've done a great job making the games in general. They're fun. They're fast. They're
very fast.
Especially with that wingsuit. You can get booking with that wingsuit
quick, and you can miss like a lot of stuff.
Yep.
Oh my God.
And like just swinging though, like swinging on the webs, they've somehow made that feel like a lot of fun. Again, like I said, just like the other games, there's fun to hitting the button, letting go, hitting another button to do a trick or a sling forward or wrap yourself to a building or spin around a building. Like it's really good mechanics, and Insomniac has done a great job making those games. They are the best Spider-Man games I've played, and I've not played them all, but they're the best of the Spider-Man games I've played. I mean, they're just fun. Like the reason I say that it's just them again though is because I got about halfway through the game, and then I just kind of sat there. I was just like, I'm kind of bored.
Yeah.
Like it just. The story's good from what I've played of it so far, because I still haven't beaten the game, but I'm a little over halfway through it. The story's good. It gets you through. It's fun. It's a Spider-Man story. You're fighting a bunch of villains, which I like. After I sat there and I ground down some of the side stuff throughout the city and all that, and I was just kind of like sitting there. I was like, it's just repetitive.
Yeah, it's definitely a repetitive game. If you played Spider-Man 1 and Miles Morales and then Spider-Man 2, it's the exact same game. Only thing is you play with two Spider-Mans now. And
I do like the dynamic between Peter and Miles in this one, because this is the first game that they're together, and they kind of have like Peter's kind of acting like a big brother in this situation, and I like their dynamic. They get along pretty well until Peter gets hit with the symbiote and he starts becoming a little angry.
Yeah.
But overall, it's like kind of funny in a way, because like Miles is trying to sign up, put in applications for college and whatnot. And he's like, I'm going to be the superhero. I'm going to go out here. I'm going to fight. And Peter's like, come on, man. Like, your life comes first. Go do this.
Yeah, go to college, man.
Because Peter's like, I've been a superhero for, I think he's like 35 or something in the game. And he's like, and I'm poor as fuck and I have no money. He's like, go get your life together. Like that.
Yeah.
He's like trying to like keep him like
grounded, level-headed, you know, like, hey, this superhero shit comes secondary, man. Get your education. There's two of us out here. You know, we both could save the city. You know, go ahead and you do your thing. And when you're doing your thing, I'll be Spider-Man, you know. So
And I really like the dynamic between the two of them because I don't think outside of like the Miles Morales, or I guess the Into the Spider-Verse movies that Sony's done recently, the animated ones.
That's actually a really good fucking movie.
They're both really great movies. Mm-hmm. But there's never really been that I've seen, because I haven't read all the comics, but there's never like a real good Miles and Peter together depictions. Mm-hmm. It's usually, a lot of the times it's just Miles or just Peter.
Right.
And I really like seeing them together.
Right. Yeah. I really enjoyed the game. I think I got it day one. Mm-hmm. So day one it came out, I had to go get it. And I might be 90% through it. Mm-hmm. But I did find it to be just like, you know, if you play Spider-Man 1, it's the same game. Mm-hmm. Just different tricks, different, oh God. Pancakes and beer. It's the same game, different tricks, different fighting styles. Mm-hmm. It does get repetitive after a while, and you do get bored with it. Mm-hmm. You know, because you're stopping different. I can't remember the villain's name, but they have like these little camps. You gotta clear the camp out. Mm-hmm. You know, the wingsuit is pretty cool. Like that part I really like. I can't really think of anything else.
Yeah, it's just kind of like you're either swinging around to do the story missions, or you've got like these 5 side things where you're like solving a chemistry puzzle.
Yeah.
To like make plants grow.
What's the panther thing? What was his name? Prowler.
Yeah, as Miles, you can like you're looking around in this area and scanning the environment to find things to interact with, and then you've got to kind of figure out. It's like a little puzzle. You got to kind of figure out how to move things to open a door so you can get parts and stuff. And they're good.
Yeah,
they're nice little distractions. But after you've done it 10 times,
yeah,
it's like okay.
Was it Mary Jane scenes? Mm-hmm. They could deal without those. Mm-hmm. I mean, you just sneaking around without weapons. I think you just get like a stun gun.
You get a stun gun, yeah.
That's about it.
It's just purely stealth. There's nothing else you can do.
Yeah. Overall, it's fun. It's a fun game. Mm-hmm.
I don't want to take away from the game. Yeah. Because it is just a good game.
Yeah, it just get repetitive after a while. If you don't mind that repetitiveness, then it's fun.
Yeah.
But I had to put it down for a minute because I just got kind of bored with it. Mm-hmm. But this is a game that I will pick up again and just play.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we lost the pen right now, but we're going to write it.
We'll write it at some point. I guess either way, though, I think it's better than Cathedral. So I'm going to put it under Sphinx. So
I'm going to put it right under Returnal as well. Yeah.
So either way, at this point in time, it's going to be the second one on both of our lists. So. Which that's the new list.
That is the new list for 2024.
Yeah.
All right. So, are we about out of our time?
Yeah, we're getting close. We got a little more time to chat.
All right.
Do you have anything you wanted to talk about, Queengorila?
I don't. I'm just enjoying listening to you two over there getting faded. I wish I could in person to get faded with y'all, but
we're gonna get some fucking wings after this.
Yep. Have you played the new God of War games, either of them?
Oh, I'm so mad because I played the last one that was released a couple of years ago. I'm not gonna lie, I think I played it. Oh no, that was still like 20. When was that? There was just one that was just released, right? So the one before that one.
Yeah.
And I probably played it maybe 20 minutes. Well, I played it a little longer than that. We'll give it an hour. But I haven't played it since then. Like, and it's still downloaded and all that. I haven't played this. I haven't played it since. But around that time, I was doing a lot of working too. So,
That's fair. That's fair. They're both good games.
Yeah.
The 2 new God of Wars.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't finish it. I loved it. I just didn't finish it.
You haven't finished the second one?
What was the last one called? Ragnarok? Yeah, I didn't finish it. I got pretty far in it. I think my son beat it 3 or 4 times.
Oh, really?
Oh, he goes back. He plays these games. I just don't have the time. Like, I would love to sit there and just play games all day and not a care in the world, but
I think I told you not on podcast, the ending of the second game almost made me cry. Of Ragnarok.
oh man, I should have beat it in like a day because I was really playing it that much. But
because I know I picked it up before you did, and then at one point you had like surpassed me in progress.
Yeah,
because you were playing it, you were getting through it good, but then you hadn't beat it yet. But
yeah. I had backed off of that for a while. I said I was going to get back into it. My goal is every game that I pick up, I said I'm going to finish it. Like, I have to finish these games. It's just like I buy them, I play them for a while, or it's either something else come out, or I just get bored with it.
Yeah.
And I just stop playing it for a while, you know. But like some of these games, I can finish it in, you know, a weekend. I think the only game that I finished, well, not this year, but last year was Assassin's Creed, whatever the last Assassin's Creed was. That was the last one I finished. Yeah, that was the last Assassin's Creed that I finished. Well, I can't remember the name of it. Was it?
Yeah, I don't remember the name either.
It wasn't Valhalla, was it? No.
No, the Saudi Arabia one, or the one in the desert, whatever. That was the last one I played, and I finished it, and it was very short. Very short. For an Assassin's Creed to be that short, I've never seen Assassin's Creed that short. I think they...
Yeah, I
haven't
played an Assassin's Creed since Unity, and that was the one that was real buggy and messed up when it came out. So I think the last one that I played and liked was Assassin's Creed 3, which was the one in America.
Oh, yeah. That one was good, but a lot of people slept on Syndicate. Syndicate was fantastic. That was a real good one. So what's our next game for next week? We're going to do Super Mario Brothers Wonder for the Switch.
Alrighty, that's our next game then.
All right. So next podcast, Super Mario Brothers Wonder. Do you have a Switch, Queengorila?
I do.
You should get that game and play along with us.
I will. You know what? And I was going to get it for my son. I asked him did he have it because he's my oldest son. He's really big on like the Switch, the Nintendo Switch. Like he's really big on all the games. He normally has all of them, but he didn't get this one, so I'm gonna have to get it for both of us. And I'll definitely.
I've played a little bit of it. I don't want to give it away, but it is very nostalgic.
You know what?
I've had a couple friends who have played it so far and they've liked it, but I haven't played it yet myself.
All right, so that is our next game for next week. Any things you want to shoot out, Queengorila? You got any Twitches or Discord or social medias that you want to promote?
They're all the same. Queengorila, you can find me on Queengorila. Queen_Gorilla on PlayStation, Queengorila, just all caps on Xbox. Queengorila on TikTok, Queengorila on Snapchat. Just me. You type it in, and it's QUEENGORILA. I know it's spelled incorrectly, okay? It was just something that was back from PlayStation 1 when you can only have so many characters. So all the guys have names, like 755-pound gorilla, and all the girls had names. So, well, the guys had numbers, the girls had names.
Okay.
So, QUEENGORILA.
All right. Sounds good. Well, I already follow you on most of this stuff. So, we appreciate you being on Too Faded to Play with me and Eggs over here.
Yes, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Oh, man.
Remember, though, episode 21, it's getting closer. It's paint can.
Oh, no, I'm dreading paint can. Well, any last words, Eggs?
Oh, there was something quickly I wanted to talk about.
Ah.
There was a huge leak on Insomniac, the people who made Spider-Man. When I say huge, I mean like it leaked their plans up to 2030.
Goddamn.
And the downside of it is based off this leak, Wolverine's not coming until 2026. Or
Serious?
2025. I'm sorry. Yeah, 2025.
So they're going to compete with Grand Theft Auto?
I guess so. I don't
That's
know
a
how.
terrible move.
Uh-oh.
But alongside that, some gameplay got leaked of Wolverine. Some early development gameplay.
Mm-hmm.
And it looks like it plays relatively similar to Spider-Man, but with Wolverine's side of things.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a really cool mechanic I saw that I thought was interesting. When you're like clawing people, there's like dynamic ripping of their clothes where it rips the claw marks into their clothes and you can see the cuts and they're bleeding.
Oh, wow.
And there was like a cool moment in this like short, it was like a 30-minute video that got released of gameplay where someone far off shot Wolverine with an arrow and it like goes through his shoulder and then you get a button prompt and he just rips the arrow out and just throws it back at him.
Really?
It looks pretty cool. I'm excited for it. It looks good.
Just don't release the same time because it's gonna be hard.
Yeah, no, they
Don't
don't want to do that.
Don't do it because Grand Theft Auto gonna win.
Yeah, Grand Theft Auto will be bigger.
You know, and I love Wolverine. He is probably my favorite X-Men. But Grand Theft Auto, clear my schedule. Taking a whole month off, saving up all my PTO, taking a whole month off, shutting my phone off, everything.
I know when Final Fantasy VII Part 2 comes out here in a couple months, I'm taking a few days off because I want to sit down and play that game.
Yeah, you got to. And I'm old too, man. I shouldn't be like this for video games, but I still love them.
Look, playing video games doesn't have anything to do with growing older. Growing older doesn't mean you have to stop liking your hobbies. You have to stop liking things. You can't stop playing, collecting toys and stuff because you're older.
Yeah,
it just means you got to put bills first. You just got to be slightly more responsible. That's all. That's all it is.
Bills.
So do I.
I want to go to that toy show so bad, and I know it in my heart. I'm gonna spend $200.
Yeah, that's why I said I can't afford to look because I know if I go there, I'm not just looking. That's the problem.
I don't even think we should go tomorrow.
I don't think we should either.
God damn it. I hate being an adult. Sucks. Anyways, well, that is our time. Want to thank Queengorila for coming on and being a part of our episode. Please promote, like, share, subscribe. Fuck with your boys over here. I think we're pretty fucking entertaining. I laugh every time I watch it.
That's a little narcissistic, but
I mean, I ain't no fucking Cat Williams over here, but I think we're pretty fucking funny.
I think the problem I have with it is by the time I upload the video, I've listened through the video about 4 times. Because I've listened through it being here, recording it. I listened through it editing. I listened back through it again to make sure the video exported right, or the edit's right. Yeah. And then I listened through it again to make sure the export didn't mess up.
So you laughing extra hard.
By the time it's the 4th time, I'm like, I'm tired of hearing my own voice.
Yeah. It's all right. Somebody likes it.
Somebody likes it.
Yeah. Trying to get you a date. Anyway. All right. I'm LSD.
And I'm Eggs.
Peace.
See ya.